Hello and welcome to the 9th round of the XRL GP3 season, and we're in Nurburgring. And going back to the last race, 4th position. Got lucky though with the disconnections, but I'll take it. We did have an incident with Schumacher, but you know, I didn't get a penalty for that, probably because it wasn't on a stream. Going into this race, I don't think I've got the pace really to challenge the top guys. You know, it's been a couple of disappointing races so far because I should have done better. But hopefully, you know, we can get a surprise result. But you probably see me fiddling around with the setup because, you know, because of the high percentage chance of rain for tomorrow's race. And anyway, let's get into qualifying now. I'm just going to let you listen to the sounds of this lap. That lap time gives us 8th position, but Jigsaw's gets pole with a 1:26.6, and the reason he did that time was because he cut the chicane, and he will not, if he finishes the race, his result will not count. It's a wet start, and it's going to be interesting, you know, to see how our race goes. I mean, one of our problems is traction out the corners, and with this wet start, it's going to be even harder to get the speed out these corners. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting for us, but you know, if we can get a good points haul here today, that will help us on with our battle for the playoffs. So let's see how we get on. 5 lights at Nurburgring, and it's go, go, go. And we get a very poor start off the line, no surprise there. And we get passed by Connorized, and the car's having a look on our outside, and we're trying to, you know, avoid the cars. And we touch, I think that might be Samster. Go too wide there and off the track, and we last. And how many times has that happened this season where we went from about 8th or 9th to last? And that's something we've got to improve. If not, you know, it's costing us points, these bad starts. Just trying to follow Rybo now around this part of the circuit. You know, and I think our best hope for today is people making mistakes. Talking about mistakes, Samsters went into the gravel and Rybo went wide as well, and he's pulling away from us still, and that just shows how we're not that quick around this circuit. We're struggling with handling as well. Normally running lean, you know, gives you grip, but we're struggling with grip and speed, and Rybo's pulling away from us now. But we've got to just try and do our best, you know, to keep the guys ahead, but we're struggling to do it. And, you know, we brake too late and we've missed the chicane and we've run on the grass. And we're going to lose even more time now to Rybo. And, you know, not a very good start to this Grand Prix for us. But we need to keep trying and close the gap to the cars ahead. End of lap 2 now, and we're just following the likes of Speed Demon and Schumacher IMA. And there's a 3 cars, you know, when we've got past 3 cars in a corner here, I don't know what happened. I think there was a separate incident from Rivo, and then there was an incident between Speed Demon and Schumacher, but we're up to 7th now, and you know, Rivo's right on our rear wing, and we just gotta try and keep Rivo at bay, which is going to be hard, being he's got a quicker car than us. Well, not a quicker car, it's on equal performance, but you know, he's set up better than us in these conditions. We've just got to try and keep Rivo at bay. We go wide there, very poor out the exit, and he might have a good run coming towards Dunlop curve. He's looking, but he was too far back. He needs to get a good exit out of the Dunlop curve. Rivo is right on us, and I think he might get a move done as we go wide, and Rivo's looking around the outside of the turn, and we get a poor exit, and Rivo says thank you very much, and now he's up into 7th position. And we miss the chicane, we run on the grass, and Connor Rise as well, he's through. We've lost 2 positions in a sector, and Schumacher's not that far behind, and this is the battle for 9th really between me, Schumacher and Speed Demon. Oh, and it looks like we're looking at lower points finish today. Schumacher is closing up now to us, and we might lose another position here if we're not, you know, not careful. Gotta get a good exit out that turn. Struggling with traction though in these conditions. I mean, it's hard enough in the dry, but in the wet as well. Riotous lags there, and we've had to avoid Riotous there, and we've gone in the gravel, and that means we're down to 11th place. Lap 6 now, and we've missed the chicane, and we're going to go into the pits. We didn't have no grip, and you know, they're meant to last to about lap 10, but I was struggling on these tyres. Well, I say they were meant to last to lap 10, but the game says they are. It's normally lap 7 or 8, but tyre wear around this circuit, you know, is very poor. I mean, you know, in the dry, I think options only last 5 laps, 6 laps, so we've got to try and get an undercut on these guys. Lap 12, and we still haven't gained a position here, but we've closed on to Schumacher IMA, and we run wide, and that's given Speed Demon the advantage, who has been closing on us the last few laps, and he makes his move going into the Dunlop curve. We run wide, and he's through. Lap 13 now, and there's a battle up ahead of us, but we're going into the pits for our 2nd stop now. We're going to put on another set of the intermediates. You know, I don't think the wet has helped us, but it'd been interesting to see where we'd have actually been, you know, in this race. You know, if it had been dry, I think we'd have done better than this, but you know, you've got to deal with the conditions pull ahead in front of you, and hopefully we can get an undercut on Speed and Schumacher. Hopefully they can hold each other up, and get back into 9th position. And we've undercutted Speed Demon, and this is Rivo, and I don't know what's happened to Rivo, but we're in 9th position now, and Rivo will be attacking us, you know, but I don't know how we've done that, but we've jumped Rivo as well, so hopefully now we've got to keep our tyres lasting. Rivo's attacking us, and I don't think he'll be behind us for very long. You know, he is catching at a rate and not on fresher tyres as well, remember. You know, and we've just got to try and hold him up as long as possible. But I don't think that it's going to be, long before he passes us, because we are struggling for pace, and him on the newer tyres with a car that's been set up better should be past us. He's all over our rear wing now. Should get the slipstream as well, Rybo, and coming down into the chicane. Will he have a dive up the inside? Recover our tracks going into the chicane. But will he have a look going into the last turn? No. But surely he'll have a much better exit than us, coming out the last turn, and get the slipstream. We use a bit of curves, and Rybo now makes his dive. But we both go wide, and I go into the gravel, and Speed Demon has got 2 places in one corner. Both of our mistakes, and our tyres now will have all this gravel in them, so we'll have hardly any grip now. Rybo lets us pass, I believe he did anyway, but we run wide, and I was struggling there for grip. And lap 21, we're in 10th position, run wide out of the corner, and we're in the gravel, and Schumacher will pass us, and now we're in 11th position. It's been a very poor race for us today, and made loads of mistakes, and going to go into the pits now, and although it's drying up, I don't think the tyres have got enough grip for another couple of laps, so we're going to go into the pit box for some inters, and unless something like a safety car happens, we're going to have our first non-points finish of the season. Well, I say that, but it depends what happens to Jigsaw's. I don't think that his result will count, so we might get 10th because of his disqualification if that happens. But we'll see what happens with the steward's report. Anyway, come out the pits and we put another inters. Just gotta hope these can last as long as possible. Lap 24, and it's dry, and we're gonna put on the option tyres, and probably gonna be quite far behind Schumacher IMA now, and I think that's it. I think we're not going to get past anyone really, but we've just got to try and do our best on the option tyres and see what happens. Now, it's been a disappointing race, but you just have one of those days really where you haven't got the right setup, and I think maybe if it had been the other way around, you never know. But Jigsaw's has destroyed his vehicle, and will that bring out the safety car? And it has, and could this help us? We'll see. And that means we will finish 10th now anyway, and yeah, so at least we're going to have a point from this Grand Prix. Lap 28 now, and as you've probably heard, the safety car's in this lap, and we are nowhere near the safety car, which is very embarrassing. And I never thought I'd say this, but the safety car is faster than you, and well, it certainly is, and I can't believe that we haven't caught the safety car in 3 laps. It just proves, to be honest, how slow our pace is, and but I mean, I thought the safety car being out would help us close up to Schumacher, which I can't understand how we haven't caught up to it. But anyway, looks like we'll be going to be in 9th position. Coming on to the final lap now, and we're going to be on 9th position, but that won't be the race result. And the race result was based on the safety car brought out by Jigsaw on lap 26. So we was 10th position, and yeah, I'll take a point, but very disappointing. Anyway, I'll see you in Hungary. Cheers, bye.